This was going to be a very perfectly polished video about the times we live in right now and about perfectionism mainly. Now, I want you to think of one thing that you've always said you wanted to do, and think of a person that you've admired, that you've really looked up to, and kind of regarded as your mentor, as your number one inspiration. If you scroll back in time long enough, you'll see that everyone have the same thing in common, and that is rather humble beginnings and definitely less than perfect. It's especially in contrast with where they are now. I've been consuming YouTube and digital content for almost 10 years now, and naturally I've felt inspired to create my own content, but that inspiration and motivation hasn't really taken me very far. During this time, I've seen new people come to the platform and new names, new brands being forged, sometimes in a matter of years, sometimes in a matter of months. And yet somehow I always felt that that was a path, a journey reserved for other people. The truth is that in life, we want to achieve and do things, but very seldom we give ourselves the chance to try and do those things and to even succeed. And when we don't do it, invariably, it comes a wall of excuses. In my case, those excuses sounded a bit like, I don't have the time for it, I don't have the money for it, not the right tools, not the right holidays, not the good footage. Point is, they were all excuses, and I've seen that play at other areas in my life as well. The truth is, and the point of the matter is that it can be excuses all the way down, but maybe, if the problem is always out there, then really the problem is in here. Now, for the first time ever, sadly and ironically, with this pandemic going on, one of my main excuses has been completely obliterated. I don't have time. This time around, I've had to face my other excuses, to look them in the eye and to admit that they were nothing but excuses. One thing I heard a long time ago that really stuck with me is, think big, start small, act now. Over the last couple of months, I've worked with a bunch of people who really inspired me in their ambition and determination to go after their dreams. And although their journeys have somewhat only just begun, it's only a matter of time before they too shall be looked at with awe and admiration by many, and their sort of humble, less than perfect beginnings forgotten. So I'm saying all this because I want you to also take this chance to look at something that you've wanted to do for a long time, something that's been in the back burner for a while now, and really ask yourself, what's in the way now? Now there is time. What's stopping you from going for it? But don't do that for too long either. Don't let that become your new reason to procrastinate and to go into this whole paralysis analysis thing. Rather, I want to leave you with one principle, and that principle is the do something principle. So whether it was learning a new language or picking up a new skill, cooking a new dish, something that you can immediately gain small wins on, whatever that is, by the end of today, I want you to give yourself a task. Pick up a book on it, maybe enroll on an online course, have a conversation with someone who's an expert on it, set up an action plan, and if nothing else, at least pick up pen and paper and write it down. Write your goal, write your dream down. I'm sure that you've all heard it before, that a journey over 1,000 miles begins with one step. And guess who's gonna have to take that step? At the end of the day, you might be a perfectionist, you might be a procrastinator, it doesn't really matter. That step is something in your power to make now. You have ambitions and dreams that you haven't shared with anyone yet, and things that you don't even allow yourself to begin to think that you can possibly accomplish. But guess what? There's only one way to find that out, and literally, there's never been a better time to start and to really go for it. Alright, thank you very much for watching this. Please feel free to watch my Norway cinematic video that I shot at the end of last year, which explains a bit of my current journey. Also a big shout out to Christian Made Crab for this video that's really inspired me. I'm going to put a link below. He really hammered it home for me at the moment. And also to one of my best friends, Alex, whose channel you can check out also in the link below, who's an absolute go-getter and is always a big inspiration for me to really go and follow my dreams. Stick around this channel if any of this is of interest to you, and my promise is that the ideas that I'm going to be fleshing out across the videos in the months to come are going to at least encourage you to look at your situation and your excuses and stories in a way that you haven't before, which will hopefully enable you to go for really what you want to achieve in life and for 2020. Cheers.